Mosby, Smriti Irani attacked George Soros, saying that this is an attempt to break India essentially. This has happened in the past. There is a foreign hand in all of this, and it's not going to happen again.
Yes, and there Smriti Irani, hitting out at Soros yet again, talking about how there were foreign forces that were acting against the Prime Minister, acting against India. But I'm sorry, I have a bad throat, Sneha.
Yes.
But this is not the first. This is not the first time that there is a mention of foreign hand. RSS. It's very interesting that RSS, the Panchajanya, was quoted as saying that the Supreme Court is being used by as a tool by certain foreign forces and certain anti-India forces. So. Clearly, whether it is the BBC documentary, whether it is the Adani Rao, there is a pitch by the BJP to say that here is Prime Minister Narendra Modi, here is a vibrant democracy, here the entire world is looking at India, and we are hosting the G20 summit. India is a force to reckon with, and there are forces that don't want to see that happening, that don't like the fact that it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who's championing the vibrant India, talking about Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, and that's one reason that you have elements, anti-national elements, foreign elements who are trying to demean the Prime Minister, target the Prime Minister personally, whether it's the BBC documentary, and now, and interestingly, on the BBC documentary to the Adani Rao, both attacks are very personal. They are very, very, they in fact attack directly the Prime Minister, and that's one reason
yes,
that...
Mosby, I'm just going to come back to you in a few moments from now while you also catch a breath there. The BJP has gone all guns blazing. A series of reactions that have come in. A press conference was also held today by Minister Smriti Irani against George Soros. She said that the mindset has been exposed.
George Soros, an international entrepreneur, a man who is known and designated so by a nation as an economic war criminal, has now pronounced his desire to break the Indian democracy. Those who Mr. Soros finds pliable need to know that India has defeated imperialistic designs before and shall do so again. These designs to weaken Indian democracy will be met with the might of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. To denounce the intention of this individual who seeks to demonize our democracy, weaken our democratic interests, and who brings an onslaught to the economy of India, all so that he can personally gain.
Okay, now listen to what George Soros had said earlier in the year 2020.
The biggest and most frightening setback occurred in India, where the democratically elected Narendra Modi created a Hindu nationalist state, imposing punitive measures on Kashmir, a semi-autonomous Muslim region, and threatening to deprive millions of Muslims of their citizenship.
These comments, in fact, are from the past, in the year when he spoke about nationalism, Mosby, and the BJP has raised this issue as well, saying that this has been ongoing and this is all pre-planned.
Yeah, let's go one by one on what George Soros said. And, he's talking about how Prime Minister Modi and Adani are close allies. He uses that word, how Modi is silent on that subject. he goes on to say that Modi has to answer questions to foreign investors and the parliament as well. And he also goes on to say that this will weaken the stranglehold of Modi on the Indian federal government and open door to revival of democracy and much needed institutional reforms. And he's saying that I might be naive, but it will revive democracy in India. So thereby, trying to allege that there is no democracy in India. And in fact, that's one reason that you see that the BJP and Smriti Irani are saying that a war is being waged against India, and it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi who's standing between the interest of India and the war that is being waged. So trying to pitch Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the one champion, as the one world leader who is working for India's interest and for the harmony of the world. So this clearly outlines, Sneha, that how this battle is going to actually pan out. You have Shehzad Poonawalla, who is directly alleging that in the Bharat Jodo Yatra, you have Mr. Shetty, who's walking along with Rahul Gandhi, and there you have, he is a part of the Open Society Foundation. So critical points, political points being scored on either side. We'll have to wait and see how the people of this country actually respond to the row. But I really feel unless there is any direct evidence as far as conflict of interest is concerned, these are allegations and counter allegations that we've seen earlier in earlier political slugfest, and they will continue to happen. It's unlikely that this storm is going to die out anytime soon.